Hello, everyone. This is Rylan Nosa, author, and my fiance now, Dolan Safstrom, soon to be Rylan Nosa. Yes, we got engaged. Here is my engagement necklace. We did I proposed with necklaces and a Pokeball instead of rings because we don't like rings. This is my birthstone, Ruby, and his is Tourmaline. But that is not what this video is about, however. This video is a reading of Hubris Brings Death. It was something I made back in high school with old high school friend Adam Charette. We actually got a grade for this, 95, pretty good. And yeah, this is going to be the reading. Babe, I know you're doing your thing. Would you mind filming the reading? You totally don't have to.
This is working. Filming on camera, ew.
It's cute. And my partner. Alright. Hubris Brings Death by Rylan Nosa and Adam Charette. A charming knight named Hubris, the most powerful knight of all Harmonia, who had slain any enemy who dared cross his path. He had muscles so massive they bulged through his armor, and carried a sword so sharp it pierced dragon's scale. His armor was so perfectly crafted, not even his own sword could pierce it. He trotted down the dirt road of his home city, high on his horse. His helm in his lap, he stared at each citizen he passed with an intimidating sneer, piercing their soul with fear, staring daggers at them with his electric blue eyes, filled with pride and a knowing sense of strength. Just for fun, he got down an old man's cabbage stand and laughed as the man cried for mercy. He was so certain of his abilities that he took on any challenger to a fight to the death. No one dared take him up on the offer. Everyone knew he killed without mercy. Even those who wished for a friendly sword fight, he would kill without hesitation. One day, a young boy, no more than 9 years old, ran to Hubris, his mother chasing him. For some reason, this boy idolized Hubris. He thought his strength and power were unmatched and that he was the greatest knight of all time. So he believed all the same things Hubris did. The young boy in excitement challenged Hubris with his wooden toy sword. Hubris, you are the greatest knight of all time. Yes, what do you want, young one? You waste my time telling me things I already know. I wish to have a sword fight with you, my lord, just for sport and nothing more. My child, no, the boy's mother screamed, finally reaching her son. Please, my lord, he knows not what he asks. He is young, foolish, and focused only on his idolization of you. Hubris sneered at the mother and child. I accept all challenges, and only fight to the death. The boy's face twisted in confusion, not understanding what his hero was saying. Please, my lord, no, the mother wailed. Please don't take my only son. It is too late. The boy should not have challenged me. Defend yourself and your mother, boy. Attempt to have some honor. Hubris raised his sword, ready to strike down both the boy and his mother. Not knowing what else to do, the boy raised his toy in a weak attempt at defense. As Hubris prepared to bring down his sword, a voice in the crowd cried out, "Stop!" Hubris stopped. He, the mother, and son all turned towards the voice. A man stepped forward. He wore no armor and carried no weapon. He was not tall nor muscular. Rather, he was a bit short and thin. He wore rags for clothes and had short, almost shaven black hair and deep gray eyes. Who are you, peasant? Hubris demanded angrily. My name is Miner. Hubris laughed deeply. Miner, eh? And what do you want? I'm in the middle of another challenge. This boy and his mother cannot defend themselves. I wish to take upon the boy's challenge as my own burden. Hubris laughed another deep, menacing, and mocking laugh. You, a pathetically small man, wish to take me on? The challenge, as the boy said, requires you to use his sword. I still take the challenge, Miner said with a shaking voice. I know I cannot win, but I'd rather I die than this poor boy and his mother. How noble, Hubris said mockingly. Fine then. Boy, give Miner your sword. The boy handed his toy to Miner. His mother looked upon Miner with gratitude and respect. In her eyes, she saw Miner as the greatest hero she had met. Thank you, she whispered before running away with her child. Miner smiled and turned to his opponent. Hubris sneered and spit towards Miner. Miner knew he was staring his demise in the face, but he didn't care. He had saved the lives of 2 innocent people, and he knew in his heart he was a hero. And heroes beat the villain, he thought up to himself. Oh, Hubris, I know that I cannot win this fight, so I ask for one last request. Tell me of your greatness, so that the last thing I may hear is how amazing the man that strikes me down is. It will put me at ease before I die. Hubris grinned wickedly, happy to have an excuse to brag before killing his victim. Very well, let me tell you who I am. Thank you, my lord, Miner said. I am the greatest of all knights, chosen by the strongest of the gods, Talos, Ares, Kratos, Thor, Jupiter, and others. They bless me with the great strength I possess. Hubris didn't notice that Miner had taken 3 steps closer to him. And why did the gods choose you, my lord? Hubris laughed and threw his head towards the sky. Miner took 3 steps closer. Because they knew I was destined for greatness. I slew the dragon that ravaged our land with my sword. And how do you do it, my lord? Hubris took 2 more steps. I struck through the scales of his back and cut through his heart. My sword is the sharpest of the world and all of the heavens. Oh yes, and look how strong you are. Miner took another step forward. Yes, I used my strength to wrestle with the giant Merciless, and by the time I'd finished him, Merciless was begging me for mercy. Miner was merely a few feet away now. Oh, I bet, my lord. And now tell me of your intelligence. Miner started to take another step. Hubris' face turned towards him suddenly. My what? Exactly, Miner said. Before Hubris could react, Miner was right next to Hubris, who still sat high on his horse. He whacked the wooden sword upon Hubris' hand quickly and fiercely. The shock made Hubris drop his sword. Miner whacked the sword upon the horse's flank. The horse reared up, causing Hubris to fall off. The horse ran, and Miner grabbed Hubris' sword. Before Hubris could stand, Miner struck the sword through the chink of Hubris' chest armor, piercing through his muscles, all the way to his heart. Hubris' eyes went into shock, and then slowly the life faded from him. Miner stared upon the crowd, who cheered his name. Today, Miner yelled, a tyrant did not die today, because of his fate, but because of his pride. He was the most powerful knight, but he was not the strongest. In truth, he was the weakest. Pride was before destruction. The end. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, baby, for filming. This was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be posting this on fictionpress.com, and I'll be sharing the link to such on my Facebook page, Ryan Lenosa. Remember, that's Ryan Lenosa on Facebook. I also have Instagram, which right now might still be Wolf Ryan Septum. I'm trying to get that name changed to Ryan Lenosa too. But yeah, please be sure to like, share, and follow. Love y'all, and whoop whoop to my Juggalo fam. Say bye, baby.